Vignesh Devarajan, Technical Manager, leading and managing automation portfolio for SpartanNash. We're using Automation Anywhere pretty much now 8 years. We started way back in 2018 timeframe, where we did a lot of pilots and things, and then we started move towards automation as a full showed implementation for us. For use cases standpoint of view, pretty much we have a lot in the financial side. We have some more use cases on the HR, supply chains. To be very specific on the finance, invoice processing, claims processing, the journal transactions, those were something to be called out. And supply chain, we have inventory management, receiving operations, quality audits and stuff. And HR, we have onboarding, offboarding, interview selections and stuff we do in HR. Right now, at this point of time, Automation Copilot is one of the features which we find more helpful for the business needs, what we have today. And that helps us to drive some complex solutions as we're speaking today. Automation Anywhere really helped us in elevating the process, how it was done before versus now. It helps us the topmost need of customer experience. And a company like us, we thrive on people first culture. So it helps people to kind of see how better they are able to get done with the process and than how they were doing it in the past. And that helps us in terms of a lot of employee productivity and brings back a lot of revenue back to our organization. Since our company deals with supply chain, retail, transportations, and we would like to see more of an product improvements or enhancements availability around the transportations, logistics side of the world. We would wish to have some sort of an off-the-shelf kind of an feature that we can put up immediately for a quicker implementation or quick time to market things. Before the process automated via the Automation Anywhere, those were very siloed, and there are a lot of gaps and a lot of human involvements were there, precisely which means like we have a process that running without any efficiency. So in order to get some job done through the process, it takes days and days of time. Now with Automation Anywhere, availability of the bringing it more topmost automation there enables that, reduce that operation times and reduce the turnaround times of getting the work done now. So it brings a lot of efficiency, and it also adds interest for the people to kind of do some more creative jobs there. From business user standpoint of view, if this was a question before like 3-4 years back, it was a bit of an kind of a complex needs where they had to start understanding the coding and how to code, how to script logic. But with the evolvement of the tool itself, now it helps the users. They can do a drag and drop features that is there with the tool. It helps to build a lot of citizen development now. I could see that a business analyst can quickly pick up the tool and deliver some automation right at the time. Learning curve standpoint of view, the Automation Anywhere is one of the quickest thing I can tell you. The reason is they have the well-defined programs and a lot of bootstrap courses they have in their universities and certification, which helps you to quickly jump into that and deliver something. We do use Automation Copilot, and that's one of our key tools that we use to kind of bring a lot of cost savings back to the company. Yes, before Automation Copilot, we have a lot of use cases that were put onto a back burner because we can automate them. That ability and capabilities are not there with Automation Anywhere. But with Copilot, now they are turned into an automated shoots now. So those processes which were manual and stopped for automation because of the gap is right now Automation Copilot is helping to automate them. Yes, Automation Anywhere definitely helped us elevate the productivity. As I was mentioning about company of our size, we need a lot of turnover in terms of how quickly we kind of receive the items from the warehouses, how quickly we ship the items back to the vendors and the retailers, independent retailers. That matters more for us, right? So automation will help us to get that done by using the topmost automation efficiency what we have today to get the job done quick, efficiency building out there. So that is indirectly helping us to perform some process, some receiving operation as quick as we can do it in couple minutes versus something was done in days earlier. Automation will definitely help because that's one of the benefit that we are ripping out of the automation today through the Automation Anywhere. All those people who were initially part of the process where now bots have been introduced, they are kind of moved into repurposed for more creative work where decision making and thought process has to be put on. They are being repurposed now. So automation helped us to kind of achieve that goal. We embedded automation Copilot into Salesforce and SharePoint, and that's preliminary our start of the work for the receiving operation and much more to come. Outside the automation where we use Microsoft Power Apps, Power Automates, and the SharePoint integration tools, and those are some of the tools I could tell that we are currently integrated with the Automation Anywhere. From the integration standpoint of view, APIs are the ones which is the top in my list of integration work because we talk to a lot of applications through the API channels, and that's where the data is coming to the Automation Anywhere. So API is one of the top integration that we have today. Automation Anywhere definitely helped the business in a lot of ways. One being that bringing the topmost efficiency, which in turn help us to kind of refocus some of their existing internal FTEs into the broader jobs, what they had to do with. And also it helped us to increase the turnaround time of the process, which elevates the user experiences, helps to stop the penalties, repayment issues we had on time, invoicing back to the customers. So this all helps to bring back a lot of value back to the company, and customers respect the company when you're on par with all those accelerators that helps the business, right? So it will definitely help in more from the business standpoint of view. It does a lot of savings, as I said, from the timing standpoint of view. The things that were done in days, it's been done in few minutes now, and in fact few seconds now. That brings us a lot of ROI back to each of the departments, and indirectly that's a cost savings back to the company. That's where exactly Automation Anywhere helps us to do the Pathfinder programs, kind of tools that help us to kind of move from a level 1 to level 2. It helped us to scale the program at a good scale, the way how we approach the automation today versus what we wanted to plan for the future. And based on the Pathfinder steps, what has been defined, we followed them that help us to elevate. We have right now Pathfinder is one of the thing, and professional service accelerators have been provided by them. And based on the demand and need, we are also using them to kind of help to resolve some of the ongoing issues, help to scale the project sizes, or help to scale the automations. So these are two critical things that is offered by them. The good thing about the Imagine event itself is we can come unlearned, and you can learn more what is not in the, what you don't know so far, right? And what is there in the horizon of things like AI, Gen AI, all the good stuff, what's in the roadmap. We'll kind of have a take back from here, put it back to my leaderships and put it back to my company to see how much more we can invest on the Automation Anywhere. Oh, it's amazing, and this is a place where I could meet like-minded people. People come from totally different domains. I can spend time to understand how they're doing it. Sometimes some people resemble the same problems what we have, where we have the journey issues, like where we have the stoppage points, where we kind of have the back foot of doing the things. So some of them resembles very much, and we try to talk about how they resolved it. I share my own personal experience of how we resolved it. And so it helps to collaborate with the people. And event like this will kind of take the automation journey next level. We go with that understanding of how things happening. We try to educate our leadership, try to go take that level to next. Okay, I would probably invite my VP, and he leads the complete ID operations. And the reason why I want to invite him is like one being that is he is an AI guy by himself. He is a data guy, analytics guy. He loves automations, and he would love to see what's going on with Automation Anywhere, with how they invested on the AI, Gen AIs, how the data are being transcribed into the more sensible forms. He loves that. Second being that is it is easy for him to go to the C-suite people, CXOs, and able to convince, right, by he himself see what's going on here, right? And third being that is he can help to, since he is under him is what the entire IT is there, so it is easy for him to explain this back to his own IT peers and all the IT counterparts, so everybody stays on knowledge. We evaluated Blue Prism, UiPath, and Open Automate, and to a certain extent Power Automate we also tried to invest it, and then that's how we ended up with Automation Anywhere. It's good. Again, we clearly said what we need from Automation Anywhere and what's the size of our company and what's the size of automation we're looking for, and we don't want to go a big bang. We want to do a crawling first, take some baby steps, so they understand what we wanted. They offered certain pricing which would help us to start the journey with, and based on how we are scaling up, the pricing is all changed over the year, and so it's give us a leeway to understand how we want to take this forward in the automation journey. Within, I would say, 6 months of the program, we started ripping out the benefit. As I said, one being that is aggressive time savings, and then repurposing the FTEs to different roles. The overall experience, I would say it is smooth, and most of the time, about 99.9% of the time, we were up and running. We were initially started with the reseller and to see how the program works. And once we achieved that maturity, after a couple years, we moved to a direct business-to-business partners. If you want to evaluate them, I would say from the customer support standpoint of view, they stand like 8. The reason where they can improve is like how fast they can resolve the issue, especially when it comes to a point if there is two limitations out there that in turn impact the customers because they design a solution that should work for a certain problem, and if there is a limitation, it's kind of it won't take any progression there, right? It will also go back to the business mindset. This can't be automated using the Automation Anywhere. So we need something like a very quick resolution from Automation Anywhere, come with a quick patch, couple days they come up with a patch. So it's like patch can be plugged in, then things will work back. So we need a faster resolution. But otherwise today it's happening in its own course. Like sometimes they make a note of it, go back to the engineering team, spend some time, come back with the next release. So it take a good amount of time for them to come up, but that's where they can probably improve. I would evaluate a strong 9 there. The reason being it is they are staying ahead of the market, I can tell you that. And they have the solution, what the company has a problem, right? So when we go with an initial traditional way of doing automation, they had that one. And when company and the global thing is all changing towards AI, they have that. So they are the early adapters and trying to help the customers also to do the early adaptation. So that's why I rate them, because they sit on par with where the trend is going on, which is what anyone of a company our size will wanted to have it.